Hamlin family issued a statement yesterday. On behalf of our family, we want to express our sincere gratitude for the love and support shown to Damar during this challenging time. We're deeply moved by the prayers, kind words, and donations from fans across the country. We also want to acknowledge the dedicated first responders and healthcare professionals at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center who have provided exceptional care to Damar. We feel so blessed to be part of the Buffalo Bills organization and to have their support. We also want to thank Coach Zach Taylor and the Bengals for everything they've done. Your generosity and compassion means the world to us. Keep Damar in your prayers. We will release updates as soon as we have them. Damar Hamlin's uncle was making the rounds last night on various outlets with some additional information. It's not official family information. I've kind of torn on that because I know that things very easily can – it's encouraging what's been out there, but it's not official family statements. So I said early on we're only going to dabble in official statements because it's easy to put an official statement together and get it out there. We're waiting for official word from the Bills, from Damar Hamlin's family, from the University of Cincinnati Medical Center, or the NFL. That's still kind of the holding pattern we're in, and we've been waiting for more information, Chris. But there are some encouraging signs, and we hope at this point that when there is news, it will be good news, and that could happen at any moment, and we just kind of continue to be waiting and watching for that.
Yeah, that's all we can do. We just, sit here, hope to hear something positive to go, okay, we turned the corner here. We're out of the woods. We're going to survive. That's all we want to hear really at this point. That's, I think, what everybody in the NFL community is waiting for. And, again, it's an unbelievable situation, but the Hamlin family, they've handled it, pretty spectacularly. The NFL has been great. I mean, Zach Taylor and the Bengals seemed great. Sean McDermott, you go down the list. And I think, again, the NFL is showing how, the brotherhood of the league and how tight it is. And, there's a human element that I think a lot of people, as you discuss all the time when it comes to contracts and all of that people kind of just swipe under the rug. They just go, well, they're entities, entertain us, hit each other, all of that. But you see here that it is a group of caring people throughout. It's some of the most caring people I have ever known have been teammates and coaches, and they go all in on football, but they go all in on life too, and we're getting to experience that and see that, and it's been cool to see the outreach and just even by the NFL fans and that community. It's extended to that to just show you how special, football is in this country and how it's hit everybody. It's just everybody. When kids come home from school, everybody in school was talking about this. I mean, it's shockwaves. It's America's game. Nobody loves this sport more than this country, and it's the sport of our country right now. And it's shockwaves right now through everybody.
As the football world keeps turning, and it inevitably will, it will be interesting to see whether the attitudes change of people who have not regarded football players as human beings, who will sit back with their arms crossed saying, entertain me, people who get upset when college players make a decision for their own health and well-being not to play in a bowl game because they are at the point where their ship has come in and they're finally going to be properly compensated for their efforts, for their skills, and for the risks they take. That's part of what guys are being paid for, the risk they take by going out there. And that risk has now been crystallized for all of us to see. Will our attitudes collectively shift? Will there be a different viewpoint? Will management of these teams view players differently? Because right or wrong, we know how it goes. They're commodities. They're parts in this football machine. There are 32 football machines, and the parts are always going to change. The only question is when. When is this part coming out and a new part going in, and why? Is it going to be because this part isn't good enough, or it's broken, or it chooses to exit the football machine? That's the way teams think of players. We know that. Chris, I've been close to the game long enough, and I've been in enough facilities, and I've seen the names on the board, and it's that you have to be that way in order to properly function. You have to get to the point where the humanity has to be set aside when it comes to making decisions in the best interest of the team. What I hope moving forward is there's a way, and we hear from time to time that the NFL would like to find ways to more humanely deal with, what used to be the main focal point of the Hard Knocks series, the reason people tuned in, the awkward meeting between the coach or the GM and the player who's being released, real human drama, and we get to eavesdrop on it. That's, to the credit of the NFL, that's fallen out of that series. Those are intensely personal human moments, and that's the moment where the humanity intersects with that notion that you're just pushing buttons and pulling out pieces and putting pieces in, and this is what we do for the best interest of the team. And I'm curious, as a student of human nature, I'm curious to see how fans and media and owners and people in the league office, people who will be negotiating collective bargaining agreements in the future, changes to the CBA maybe sooner than that, how this will affect how they view the men who put on the uniforms, transform into superheroes, and go out there and play a game after a reminder that they're human just like the rest of us. A lot of us already knew that. It'll be interesting going forward to see whether that's a more universal position that people take and a realization that people come to.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, that's the hope, right? That just does hit home, and it doesn't become so cutthroat and so, hey, screw you, where's my fantasy points? Hey, screw you, you didn't win today. I hope there is a little bit more humanity involved in the overall outlook by fans, and more than just what have you done lately for me, for my football team, for my fantasy, whatever else. And I think that's kind of what we're talking about here. And the big thing is,
when we're done with you, and when it's over, you're just gone. You're done. You're forgotten.
Yeah,
I mean, that's part of what needs to be changed too.
Yeah,
we can't just forget the guys who have done it in the past.
It's a tough balance there. It is, and that is. It's part of the league, like we talked about. It continues to move. The train keeps going. It's constant new entertainment and challenges that the league delivers us, which makes it so great. But yeah, I mean, to your point, Peyton Manning retired and football kept going. As awesome as it was, and you're like, what? I can't imagine football without Peyton Manning. It kept rolling the next year. And that, I mean, to your point there, yes, think about players that were much lesser than Peyton Manning and how easily they're forgotten, not only, through the fan bases, through the national media, but, geez, just locally. There are organizations that they played for maybe 5 years, and that local media forgets about them. It's a brutal sport. It really is. It's awesome and brutal, and that's what makes it so great, and that's why we all tune in. Because there is this balance of life and cutthroat and business and physicality and danger, and it all meshes together on Sunday afternoons for the best entertainment you can see. And it's still the best entertainment you can see. We took a right hook here in this one right now, and we're all wobbly and like, what the hell's going on here? And we're trying to stagger and get back together here to where we can get things going again and get some forward momentum. And it's just hard to get it going, like you were talking about earlier, just with it, being so somber and us not knowing the status of Damar Hamlin.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.